So this is the 5th part, All the Men's Horses. So yeah, let's just get right into the movie.
Cross this one off the bucket list.
Very so cute.
Exhumes Superman. You know we could do this in a nanosecond, right?
We could.
Yeah, you know, he mentions like using his powers to do it quickly, but you know that they don't really want to do it because he feel like it'd be disrespecting him.
I hate Atlanteans as much as you Amazons do.
Hate is useless.
Hate is useless. See, that's the thing. People complain about Wonder Woman. They complain about how, oh, she's just heartless. She kills people. She's all this bullshit. It's blatantly obvious she is kind, compassionate. She is loving, caring, but she's also ruthless to people who fucking hurt other people for no other reason because they can.
What do you think, man? You think she'd ever go for a younger guy?
She's 5,000 years old, Barry.
Every guy's a
Every
younger
guy's a
guy.
younger guy.
So, he says that Wonder Woman's 5,000 years old. And the Amazon mentioned that the arrow, or like the arrow hasn't been lit for 5,000 years. So, did Wonder Woman and Zeus get it on after that fight? Which would explain why Cyborg says he's 5,000 years old.
Tricks, I mean, it could be the end of everything. How do you know your team's strong enough?
Yeah, I think I ended up missing it, but when they first come into the Batcave, the entire team, Batman comments about how Bruce works for Alfred, which I thought was kind of funny and extremely true, because Alfred, in just like BVS and Justice League, we show how critical he is to Batman being able to do what he does. He's like his right-hand man. He's the one who's always there for Batman when he needs him. So yeah, it really does feel like Batman works for Alfred.
Yes, your opinion. Less preposterous. Option A?
Definitely not A.
Okay. Or B?
Let me see A again.
I just adore that scene because we just get this like little moments between the two of them, and you'd think that Alfred would be like really just put out with Barry, but he really just acts like he's kind of Arthur's the older brother to Barry. Just so cute.
Quarantine. Yeah, I finally got them to listen to reason. Now, let's take a look and see what progress we've made with the electron.
So, it took me quite a while to realize or remember that was Adam, or will hopefully later become Adam. I knew he was supposed to appear, but he was cut out, but it was nice that they put him back in.
Victor.
It's kind of sad how desperate Silas is for, his son to forgive him. We see the pregnancy test. I always thought that was just a nod. Maybe like, oh, they thought about getting pregnant, but then you realize that the writer, he wrote BVS, and nothing in this scene is accidental, so, yeah, it does seem to indicate that Lois Lane is pregnant in this movie.
I might be able to jumpstart it. I don't like to break this rule, but when I approach the speed of light, look, crazy things happen to time, but if I do it, I create massive electrical power. I can backtrack. If I can get enough distance, I can conduct a significant electrical
So he
current.
says, I don't want to break this rule, so obviously he has rules that he follows because he's so damn powerful. Oh, my baby. The coins on the eye. I love how all the bracelets are glowing. And, how colorful. always complained about how ridiculous Barry looks when he runs. But if you realize that it's supposed to be, he runs like a speed skater, that is actually a really fucking cool touch. Because they specifically run to go as fast as they can. So this is what Barry does as most often. And of course we see that he was right. It affects time. You know, the faster he goes, the more the time is affected. So he's now reversing time. To be honest, it's completely understandable how Superman reacts given that he's been dead for a good chunk of time, considering that he's now brought back to life. I think that would affect him negatively. I'm sure if they had brought him back right after he had died, he'd probably act a lot differently. Then again, we kind of see how important Lois is to him, and then we see what happens when he loses Lois, so maybe this is kind of indicative of how important Lois is to him, which would lead to him being like this.
He's back.
Diana's so happy. She believes in him so much.
Kal-El, no!
And you see how he was fair against the other members.
Arthur, we need to restrain him.
And Arthur, he's a trooper. He'll just go back into that shit. See, what I like about this is that we get to see how powerful each of these people, each of the members are. Yeah, I love this scene because, one, it's overall just cool, but also, we kind of see Wonder Woman, she's still willing to talk and try to talk someone down,
Kal-El,
but then you realize that sometimes it doesn't work.
remember who you are. Tell me who you are.
But like I said, we are able to see just how powerful each of these are. Cyborg, we see how powerful he is. Flash, we see how powerful he is later. So despite the fact that Superman kind of beats them all, they're still extremely powerful. Superman's extremely strong, but I don't think he's ever gone so fast that he's reversed time. All except in the first movie, that first Superman movie. I love how Superman's so strong that when Flash pushes him, it just pushes his life backwards. You notice the Ben Parker reference on the memorial? I love that, kind of such a funny touch. So no shitty "do you believe" line with that horse guy face. It's funny. I guess like the end kind of makes it funnier or less worrisome. It is fun to see them fight against each other. Yeah, I just love their headbutt each other. See, I would die to see who would win in a no holds bar, match between Wonder Woman and Superman, because it's pretty obvious. While he was able to knock her down, he still didn't really do any harm to her. And I do kind of think she was holding back because she's trying to, stop him as opposed to defeat him. And I don't know how he doesn't immediately kind of recognize her. I think he just instinctively knows she's familiar and is comforted by her.
Let's go.
When he hugs her, so sweet. Someone joked about how this is kind of like a, big brother, little brother moment, and I thought it was so cute. The fact that he completely ignores Steppenwolf because his father's gonna kill himself. He doesn't care what happens to himself. And parallel, when he tries to save his mother but can't, and now he's once again can't save his father. So, yeah, that was part 5. All the King's Men. Or was it All the President's Men? I don't know. Either way. So yeah, I must say, oddly enough, out of all the different, like I guess, movements, this is my least favorite. But it still had some enjoyable moments. But the next one, it's something darker, which is so ominous. But yeah, let's just get right on into the next one.